Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex.
I'm David.
I'm Keith.
And we're your astute win counselors to get you through the week with any daily grind issues you may be experiencing or any problems that you want us to resolve for you whatsoever. So let's get to our first winner on this Mother's Day. Her name is Mindy from Denver, Colorado, and she writes, Dear Win, what is the best pet and why? I really like Shih Tzus. I like how she threw that caveat in there. She likes Shih Tzus after asking us.
That leading question.
Yeah, what the best pets are.
I think a Chia Shih Tzu would be the best thing.
They think so, a Chia?
Yeah.
And why is that? Why do you think, Keith?
Because you can harvest it
right?
and it grows back. If you harvest a real Shih Tzu, they don't grow back.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And you might even go to jail for it.
Yeah.
For animal abuse, cruelty. Unless you're Mike Vick and then you just get another contract with another football
Then
team.
you quarterback and you do okay for a while.
Yeah, I like that. Chia Shih Tzu. What do you think, Dave?
So I've had a number of pets. I have never had this, but I hear that hedgehogs are good, really good pets. I know a couple people that have had them. I actually have a friend that has had a hedgehog. I'm like, what do they eat? I asked what do they eat, and my big concern is always when you have those small animals, do they poop all over the place?
Right.
I'm sure they do.
And can you know where they are at night when you put your foot down and go to the bathroom?
They used to call me Hedgehog when I was a kid because my cowlicks in my head, I have like 12 cowlicks in my hair, and it just sticks up. So when I was in Germany,
12?
Like 12. And so when I was in Germany, they used to call me Hedgehog because I just looked like a hedgehog with my hair.
What's hedgehog in German?
That's no comment.
Where do you poop in Germany?
Secret word. Where do you poop? And that's also very, confidential information. You can't tell you that because, you know what? Maybe I will tell you a little bit later on, but right now I can't tell you that.
Yeah, so I would try a hedgehog.
Yeah, hedgehog would be cool.
I'd
They
like
look
to-
cool.
like a loner.
A Chia hedgehog would be another option.
You know
could
what?
do.
You're right because they have the little spiky things. They grow up. They can almost be like little asparagus tips. You cut them off, eat them. They grow back some more. A Chia hedgehog. That's kind of cool.
You got to get them early because they're tender when they're short.
I'm gonna go with a Velociraptor.
What is that?
It's a dinosaur, and here's the reason why. It's they're very loyal. They live a long time, obviously, because they're still around. And dinosaurs supposedly, were around 150 million years ago, and they're still velociraptors. So
Serious?
Yeah, they live a long time, so it's a good pet. You'll probably die before they will, which is always the best thing about a pet, because it's so traumatic to lose a pet. It'd be better to die and have the pet still
Where
live.
can I find one?
There's a pet store actually up in the northern part of Denver, up in Northland, where you can buy a Velociraptor.
Alex, I just want to point out the fact that velociraptors have to have about 45 pounds of raw, warm meat
Correct.
daily.
And we get that on the 16th Street Mall from all the transients that come to Colorado lately. They're good eating.
And they feed them with PVC piping, right?
Absolutely. And if you have to, kind of make it do it down, sit, roll over, you just nudge it on its heel.
How tall are these velociraptors?
Oh, average baby Velociraptor is born at about 4.5 feet, and I think they go up to about 10.
9 to 10 feet.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And they
That's
make
doable.
great guard animals too. So
And they use a litter box.
They do.
You have to
Absolutely.
put a lot of sand over your entire backyard and clean it every hour, but they will stay there.
Like how big is one of their, number two?
Their leavings.
about the size of a cactus. And the cool
Are they prickly?
Yes, they are. And the cool thing about it is, like he said, it's a litter box in the backyard. You're just xeriscaping because in Colorado you shouldn't be having the grass or anything like that because it's impossible to keep.
You're also composting.
And you're composting. So now you're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. You have a backyard. You don't have to worry about water.
I think that would
mowing.
kill almost everything in your backyard.
Well, and on top of that, you have a cactus. So people hop over the fence and your Velociraptor's sleeping and it doesn't attack that person that's intruding on your house. The cactuses are going to.
But once that person jumps on the cactus, they're going to wake the Velociraptor up and bang.
45
Easy
pounds
feed.
of meat.
I heard
Easy feed.
velociraptors have a problem with acne.
They do. You know why that is? Because meat has a lot of cholesterol.
Oh, right,
in it,
right.
And the cholesterol goes to your face, and therefore you get zits.
But don't say anything to them.
No, because
No.
if they pop one of those suckers, you are in another state.
Without a doubt. I mean, it's like being launched on like a bungee spring.
Yeah, it's probably another planet.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Acne Express.
Acne Express, the Velociraptor. All right, let's move on to our next winner. That's Louise from Queens, New York. And he writes, Dear Win, what do you think of Osama bin Laden's 20-year-old son vowing to annihilate the U.S. in order to avenge President Obama's assassination of his father and President Obama carrying out 10 times more drone strikes than President Bush? You know what, Louise, thank you so much for that very soft question on this Mother's Day. I really appreciate that because, we want a question that we can really, really have to mull over and give you some good advice on. And I can see Keith over here chomping at the bit to answer this. What do you think about that? Bin Laden's son, who's 28, I think his name is Hamza, actually, as I'm looking here online.
I've heard that, yeah. Well, the thing I want to point out is that, indeed, President Bush did not carry out as many drone strikes
1/10
as President Obama. But my suspicion is that the person who occupies the White House currently, I will not use the name, is just itching to just do a multiple drone strike.
Yep.
And it'd be very bad. It would be most amazing drone strikes we've ever had.
You
It'd
know
be
what?
very,
I
very
think
good.
I think that's a very good point. Here's the thing. Maybe the person that's occupying the White House right now is just thinking, well, how can I beat 10 times as many drone strikes? We don't even have that much probably in our arsenal. However, maybe President Obama was just thinking it's like Jurassic Park. He was bombing the island because all the velociraptors and all these dinosaurs were escaping, and he was doing that to protect the United States. And Mr. Bin Laden's son got it misconstrued, had nothing to do with Yemen, Syria, and all these other places where innocent civilians are supposedly dying from these drone strikes. It was actually dinosaurs. So I would say, Luis, Mr. Bin Laden's son should get his facts right. He should pull up his bootstraps, cowboy up, and don't be a bummer and attack the United States.
Yeah, it's hard to add to that. All I can say, Luis, is I saw a drone hovering above a pizza place where I live, and that sounds so good right now to have a drone-delivered pizza, and I would actually tip the company. If I think the drone could take the tip back.
That'd be great.
And I guess, Luis, you should get out more.
And maybe, Dave, maybe when drones strike, when you put those two words together, it doesn't really mean what we think it means.
Yeah.
It means the drone delivering pizza because the delivery drivers are on strike.
I actually think it's drone strike pizza.
Okay, wait. Now here's the deal. Let's make this where we can work out some sort of negotiation. There's no reason why Obama, the other Obama, Bin Laden one. Why not invite him
for pizza?
No. Well, not only that, he could open up a chain, a franchise.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Obama's Pizza.
Oh.
OP.
Or Bin Laden pies.
Drone delivery.
Bin Laden Trump's Pizza.
OBDD. Obama Pizza. Osama Pizza. Drone delivery.
I like that.
Obama drone pizza. Yo,
Domino's.
Mama.
And for your mama. Right.
On Mother's Day.
Right, on Mother's Day. Yeah, exactly. Because he's kind of missing his dad, so maybe he should spend more time with his mother. Okay. Well, we're going to move on to Tara from Las Vegas, Nevada, and she writes, Dear Win, have you tried Katy Perry's Bon Appetit challenge yet? And if so, how did you look doing it? Well, I know, Keith, that you were talking before the show that you absolutely have done Katy Perry's Bon Appetit challenge.
I'm really sorry.
What is it? I want to know.
Sorry I mentioned that. Well, basically what you need to do is cook a souffle naked.
Naked.
And you have to do the whole thing while Katy Perry is playing in the background.
Makes sense.
And you have to film it and then send it in. I didn't know that if you get too close to a souffle and it deflates, it will spurt hot steam at
like
you.
a hot zit from a Velociraptor.
It's like a hot pocket was what it is.
Okay.
But you become the pocket.
I had a pocket made into me from the hot steam because fishnet stockings offer no protection.
None whatsoever.
None.
So you kind of become the souffle after the explosion
of the souffle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're coated. And if I had a Velociraptor, it would have been good because he could have just licked me clean.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was painful, right?
It hurt worse than any pain I've had. And the thing is that what really hurt most was having to listen to Katy Perry the whole time.
Oh, because it wasn't over yet, so you had it on repeat.
I had to keep listening.
Yep, the whole time.
The steam burn, a 3rd-degree steam burn, is nothing compared to listening to a Katy Perry song to the end.
And how long did it take to make the souffle?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes, so you had to rewind or repeat the song like 3 times?
Yeah.
I have never cooked naked in my life.
Never?
You ought to try it.
In my boxers, I've cooked before.
But have you ever listened to Katy Perry naked?
Probably.
Okay.
I go to sleep to music. Sometimes I forget to turn off, so who knows what goes into my brain during the middle of the night. I know I got up in the middle of the night, and I think I was like singing a Katy Perry song when I had to go to the bathroom. But I don't remember. Because I was in the middle of
Would you even know a Katy Perry song if you heard it?
Yeah, why don't you sing us a little bit?
You sing the
of a Katy Perry
Firecracker song?
Firecracker,
Firecracker, firecracker, firecracker, firecracker, firecracker, bang!
Wow, you know what? We did that at the exact same time. That right there is on the same page. So
take that, Katie.
So what do you think, though, Dave? I mean, you think if you were to do it, for example, if you we're in your bed doing the Bon Appetit challenge, maybe cooking up something else or just spraying hot water in your face, in order to try to match the boils that he has on his midsection. How do you think you would look? Would you look like presidential? Would you look like celebrity Beyonce style? Would you look like, Robin Leach, sitting there in Beverly Hills talking about how great it is? What would you look like?
I think I'd look like a talk show host.
Oh, you know what? That's shocking because you are. You know what? I think, Tara, that I did do the Katy Perry Bon Appetit challenge, and I did do it with Katy Perry playing in the background and in the foreground, and I also had it on my headset. I mean, I was getting inundated, like almost VR Katy Perry style, and I looked great. I looked absolutely fantastic. I looked a lot like Fred Astaire dancing around to Katy Perry, and I was walking around with the best kumquats you've ever seen in your life.
What? Say it again.
Kumquats.
Okay. Thank you very
Kumquats,
much. Want
yes.
to make sure on that.
Janet from Dallas, Texas writes, Dear Win, what is the best gift to give your mother on Mother's Day? Coming full circle.
An epidural,
Why?
so it doesn't hurt.
Simple and sweet, Keith.
Don't need a ribbon. All you need is an FDA number.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay. Well, to go with the epidural, I think a Marie Callender's pot pie.
That's a good point. Why? Because you're too lazy to
10
cook
minutes, 10 minutes
Yep.
in the microwave, and you can't go wrong with the Marie Callender's pot pie.
it? Because it tastes
I own
authentic?
no stock in that company.
None whatsoever?
Another glimpse into Dave Jensen's creative and tasty life.
Absolutely right. But why Marie Callender? Why not a different one, like maybe like Emerald Lagasse or something?
Or like a
fancy?
banquet.
Yeah, or banquet
no,
pie.
no.
Yeah.
Or Rachel Ray. Maybe Rachel Ray
You
makes
just can't
the
go.
dog food
You
pie.
can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with a Marie Callender anything.
I agree.
No. Each one has a minimum of 1,400 calories.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. You get almost your whole day's
Yeah.
allotment of calories right
Mhm.
there in one pie.
That would 2 of those would keep your Velociraptor busy for a while,
And your mom happy.
and your mom.
You know what? And we're going to give you one more little piece of inspiration, get you through the rest of the week, known as Horoscope Corner.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Horoscope Corner on World Improv Network.
Hey Libra, it's your week, and guess what? We got some good news going out to you. You've got a good luck charm, and you know what that is? You need to go outside, get yourself some aluminum foil, and any filling you have that's made of metal, put a little piece in there and click-clack your teeth together, and you will have good luck all week. Something you need to stay away from is interventions. So hey, if you've got any bad habits or you got any issues that would require you to possibly go to a 12-step program, hey, that might be coming your way this week because intervention is something you should avoid. So be careful out there, Libra. It's a tough week for you. Hey, join us on World Improv Network at AM 1340, FM 104.7, on Facebook at World Improv Network, Twitter at World Improv Net, YouTube at World Improv Network, iTunes and Google Play Podcast at World Improv Network, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to Win on Mile High Sports Radio. Don't forget to be a winner and interact with the cast by sending your suggestions or questions for each show segment throughout the week by hitting them up on Facebook at World Improv Network, on Twitter at World Improv Net, or by calling into the Mile High Sports Radio studio line on Sundays before or during the show. See you next week.